You're waiting, hoping, praying that someday someone will swoop in and fix everything for you. That your luck will change, that the right opportunity will fall into your lap, that some mentor, partner, or savior will see your potential and lift you up. But let me tell you the cold, hard truth. Nobody is coming to save you. Not your parents, not your boss, not your partner, and definitely not the government. That might sound harsh, but it's the most freeing realization you'll ever have. Because once you stop waiting, you can finally start moving. So stop what you're doing for a second, take a deep breath, and really listen. Because if you understand this, I mean really understand this, it can change everything. If you want your life to change, you are the one who has to change it. This isn't pessimism. This isn't negativity. This is liberation. Because once you accept this truth, you stop waiting. You start acting. Most people live in a fantasy. They think success, happiness, and freedom will come from outside forces. Some magical break, some lucky moment where everything aligns. They wait for the perfect job offer, the perfect relationship, the perfect mentor, the perfect market conditions. But life doesn't work like that. The world doesn't owe you anything. No one cares about your dreams as much as you do. And no one is sitting around thinking, how can I make this person's life better? People have their own lives, their own problems. They're not thinking about your breakthrough moment. They're not plotting your success story. Because that's your job. Even the people who love you most, they might offer you support, encouragement, maybe even money, but they cannot do the work for you. Your success, your healing, your growth, those are your battles. And the sooner you stop fantasizing about someone coming to fix them for you, the sooner you start fighting them yourself. From a young age, we're told help is on the way. Teachers, parents, society, they all say, just work hard, follow the rules, and things will work out. But the system isn't designed to save you. It's designed to keep you hoping someone else will. The people who actually change their lives don't wait for permission. They don't wait for fairness. They don't wait for the world to pat them on the back. They just act. Success isn't about luck. It's about obsession. It's about wanting something so badly that you'll do whatever it takes, for as long as it takes, without excuses, without handouts, without waiting for someone to give you a chance. If no one's coming, then no one's stopping you either. You get to choose. You get to build the life you want, starting today. You don't need someone to save you. You need a strategy, a real plan. Here's a simple framework to start. Be clear on what you want. Find out what it is that brings you joy doing every day. Own the gap. Where are you now versus where you want to be? Be brutally honest. Take daily action. Not massive action, daily action. Small, repeatable, boring tasks that move you forward. Track progress. What gets measured gets managed. Know your numbers, habits, and wins. Adjust ruthlessly. If it's not working, change it. Don't marry the plan, marry the goal. Do this for 6 months, really do it, and you'll look back and barely recognize yourself. There's a deep, unshakable confidence that comes from knowing you can rely on yourself. That no matter what happens, you'll figure it out. No savior. No luck. Just you. Most people won't care about your progress. They won't cheer for you. They won't support you the way you hoped. And that's okay, because the journey isn't about proving anything to them. It's about proving everything to you. You are the only one who lives with your choices. You are the only one who hears your thoughts at 2 a.m. You are the only one who knows how far you've come, or how much further you're meant to go. So stop looking around. Start looking in. That's where the answers are. When you truly accept that nobody is coming to save you, your energy shifts. You stop being a victim. You stop feeling powerless. You stop waiting. And you start moving. You start leading. You start living. You speak differently. You carry yourself differently. You attract people who are also done waiting. You become the person people look to, not the one looking around. You become the one who creates the change, not the one who hopes for it. Your circumstances don't define you. Your response to them does. Blaming others feels good. It gives you a villain, a reason why things aren't going your way. My parents never taught me about money. My ex ruined my self-esteem. My boss is the reason I'm stuck. Maybe all of that is true. Maybe life dealt you a brutal hand. But ask yourself this: does blame change anything? Blame doesn't free you. It chains you to the very thing you want to escape. You have every right to be angry, to grieve, to feel what you feel. But once you've felt it, what are you going to do about it? Because blame is passive. Responsibility is power. Let's clear up one of the biggest myths. You don't need to feel motivated to take action. Motivation is fleeting. Some days you'll have it. Most days you won't. But the people who win in life, they act anyway. They train their mind to do hard things without needing to feel inspired. They show up when it's cold, when they're tired, when they're anxious. Because they know that discipline outperforms motivation every single time. Waiting to feel ready? That's another way of waiting to be saved. But you don't need to feel ready. You just need to begin. So many of us are waiting for life to feel different before we act. But the change you want, the confidence, the purpose, the clarity, it comes after the discomfort, after the risk, after the action. You don't become a new person by thinking about it. You become them by behaving like them. Every time you show up, every time you push through, every time you rewrite the story, you kill off the version of you that was stuck. You bury the victim, and you raise the warrior. When you take control of your life, don't expect applause, don't expect people to understand, don't expect validation, celebration, or even support. This path? It's often lonely, because most people are still waiting. And when they see you rise without help, they might feel threatened. They might try to pull you back. They might criticize you. Not because you're wrong, but because your growth reminds them of their stagnation. You don't need to be loud. You don't need to convince anyone. You just need to keep going. So every time you catch yourself wasting time and not doing anything productive, remember this: the world owes you nothing. You don't deserve success just because you want it. You don't deserve more just because you've suffered. The world doesn't work like that. And that's not cruel. It's just the truth. You owe yourself the effort. You owe yourself the fight. You owe yourself the discipline to keep going when no one claps, and the courage to show up when no one believes. You owe yourself the life you dream about. Not someday, but today. Struggle is the price of entry. How bad do you want it? Will you keep going when no one's watching? Will you rise after failing again and again and again? Because the life you want is on the other side of hard work. And the only way through it is through it. It's supposed to be hard. Because the dream is worth it. The sweat, the doubt, the sleepless nights, the failures, the silence, the slow progress, that's the cost. You don't pay with comfort. You pay with effort, with commitment, with discipline, even when it hurts. You want greatness? Then you better be ready to suffer for it. Not forever, not for nothing, but for something bigger. The only approval needed is your own. How much time have you wasted trying to fit into rooms you don't belong in? Trying to impress people who wouldn't care if you disappeared tomorrow? How often have you shrunk yourself to make other people feel comfortable? Muted your voice so they wouldn't feel threatened? Delayed your dreams just to avoid being misunderstood? The moment you start showing up for you, the moment you stop explaining yourself, stop overthinking, over-apologizing, over-pleasing, that's the moment you take your power back. This isn't a 30-day transformation. This isn't overnight success. This is the long game. You're building something that lasts. You're building you. And that takes time, sacrifice, discipline. But if you commit to this path, you will look back 1 year from now and not recognize yourself. You'll wonder how you ever believed someone else was supposed to fix it. You'll wonder how you ever gave away so much power. And you'll thank yourself. Not for being perfect, but for taking the first step. Drop a comment below with one thing you're committing to today. Subscribe if you're ready to stop waiting and start building. And share this with someone who needs a wake-up call. Because this world, it doesn't need more victims. It needs more leaders. more builders, more people who stopped waiting and started doing. Nobody is coming to save you, and that's exactly why you will.